There's no denying that the play of Jonathan Huberdeau since he got dealt to the Calgary Flames has been extremely underwhelming. But there's also no denying that since the turn of the new year, he has played a little bit better and has had a bit of a fire lit underneath him. And a recent article has shown maybe why that's the case, what the secret has been. He hasn't been producing as much as he would like, or nearly as much as Flames fans would like, but there's no denying that his play has improved and his attitude has remained extremely positive. Welcome to Flames Digest. I'm Mark Griffith. If you're new around here, you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe and you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around the Calgary Flames. And I just quickly wanted to say thank you so much for 1,500 subscribers. I sincerely appreciate it. I love the community we're building here. Genuinely, heart to heart, I can't thank you guys enough. You have rekindled my love for both media and, of course, for the Calgary Flames. Well, that's unquestioned. But, of course, we are here to talk about the Calgary Flames. And Jonathan Huberdeau, look, he's had another not-so-great season. He might not even hit 50 points, which is not what you want from a guy who you're paying over $10 million a season. And it's pretty ridiculous that that is the case. But it has been tough for him. We know that. It's been tough for the Flames. But recently, his play has improved in the new year and since All-Star break. And a big part of that is that Lanny McDonald has been mentoring Huby. Lanny McDonald, obviously, he is one of, if not the biggest legend in the Calgary Flames organization. He is, how many people can you distinctly distinguish from just their first name? Lanny, that's it. And you know what? He's always been involved with the community in Calgary, and he's also been involved with the Calgary Flames organization. But lately, how Flames legend Lanny McDonald became like a mentor to Jonathan Huberdeau. And this comes from Julian McKenzie of The Athletic. So it's good to know that obviously Lanny is back at pretty much full health, we can say, and that he's still involved with the organization and trying to help out anywhere he can. And no one needs that more and has needed it more than Jonathan Huberdeau. He's had a rough go since coming over from Florida. You know, he had a 115-point season, and now he hasn't even, in the next two seasons combined, beat that. So hopefully things will continue to get better for him, but he has been playing a little bit better lately. I know a lot of people will say, he's still been a ghost out there. He's been a liability, and I won't fully deny any of that, but I like to think optimistically here with Huberdeau. I want him to be better. I'm not going to deny that his play has not been good enough and he needs to produce more, but at least he is still staying positive. And as a human, I feel for him and I really hope things do continue to get better. And he can be the player that not only he wants to be, but that the Flames want him to be. But anyway, let's get into this article more. McDonald was at a Flames game for the first time since suffering a cardiac event at the Calgary International Airport last month. The 71-year-old stayed at the Foothills Medical Center for 2 weeks until he was fully healthy. The Hall of Famer is a familiar presence around Flames players, usually traveling with the team during their annual Father's Trip and building relationships with them and their dads. McDonald says he probably texts with 10 players on the team. And that's great. So he's not only involved with Huberdeau, he's involved with other guys as well. But let's continue here. Huberdeau in particular has received keen attention from McDonald since joining the Flames in the summer of 2022. McDonald anticipated the winger would be under immense pressure as the principal return in the Matthew Tkachuk trade. That feeling was confirmed when McDonald met Huberdeau for the first time at the Flames' annual charity golf tournament before training camp. So right away, McDonald kind of stepped in. But I think lately, since McDonald's cardiac event and just what's been going on with the Flames, I think it's helped Huberdeau even more. And obviously, McDonald showing up to that Flames game, it was the one against Montreal. It's fantastic to see that he's still willing to step up even after he's gone through a health thing. It shows how much of a leader he is, how much he cares about this organization, and how much he cares about the players still staying in contact with them. That is great from Lanny. Fun fact, his middle name is King. If he ain't King Lanny, my goodness, that is the most fitting name ever. I'm just so happy that the Flames have such an icon for their team, just such a lovable guy. But anyway, let's continue this. He's just been really welcoming and trying to get the best out of me and trying to help me with everything that was happening, Huberdeau said of McDonald. He just kind of became like a mentor. And I think it's good. He's a guy that works so hard and is just a legend in the city. Of course, that relationship goes both ways. Huberdeau checked in on McDonald more than once when he was hospitalized in February after the episode that McDonald remembers coming out of nowhere as he was walking down a corridor at the airport. McDonald made sure to respond to Huberdeau and provide more guidance. So even as Lanny's going through a very tough time, clearly, and Huberdeau, in terms of hockey, is going through a tough time, they're still communicating and making sure that each other are okay and getting the best out of each other. That shows dividends of just how great of guys both of them are, but especially Lanny, going through a major health scare, still cares about Huberdeau and cares about the Flames. But one statement from the Hall of Famer especially resonates with Huberdeau. Never forget who you are. Huberdeau is an absolute star. No one can deny that. He has so much skill. Obviously, he's more of a pass first, shoot second kind of guy, but Huberdeau cannot forget who he is. He is a fantastic hockey player, and he has to keep doing that. You're always going to be the same guy you were, Huberdeau said. Huberdeau's teammates have noticed the confidence returning to his game, but some, like Dryden Hunt, feel his personality has remained the same throughout. He's the same guy, Hunt said. Obviously, things haven't quite gone as he'd like maybe the first year and a half here, but he hasn't changed at all. He's still an unbelievable guy, comes to the rink with a smile on his face. Huberdeau is still such a great guy, even throughout all of this. Personally, for me, if I was going through a slump or at least not meeting expectations like that, I would be so down in the dumps. I would be struggling majorly. But Huberdeau is such a professional. I'm sure he's got the help he has needed off the ice, and Lanny has been a big part of that, and that's fantastic to hear. It's great to hear the generations of Flames kind of all helping each other out. You think of Lanny as like the prime, obviously that's when the Flames won the cup. The next generation, Iggy and Conroy, are currently working for the Flames, and then of course the current Flames players get to receive all that guidance, mentorship, and just all the idolization of those Flames icons, which is just great. And I'm glad that Lanny has been able to support Huberdeau through this tough time, and it's finally starting to pay off as Huberdeau seems to be looking happier out there and playing better. This in 2024 so far, it is his best year as a Flame for a calendar year in terms of points per game, which is great. Hopefully that only continues to go up. Let's grab one more thing here from this article. I know I have more in the tank, Huberdeau said. It's just good to see some early results, making plays and doing stuff that gets on the stat sheet. I think I got more. So Huberdeau staying positive. He knows he can score more. We all know he can too. He's proved it in the past. Now he just needs to prove it as a Flame. And hopefully Lanny and the rest of his support group can get him to that point. This was a fantastic article to read. If you want to read it, it was on The Athletic. I'm sure it's still the #1 trending for the Flames. But it was a great read. And I love a good positive story. And it's great that Huberdeau can be said as he's back. He's happy. He's fully there and ready. And he's ready to score a lot. Now, let's get into tonight's game. The Flames are back in action. They are on a 4-game losing streak right now, which, it's not fun when you're losing, but there are positives as, if they get in the bottom 10 of the league, then that obviously gives them a better draft pick and a chance at a top 5 pick as well. But the game tonight, they are in St. Louis. It goes at 6 p.m. St. Louis, they're kind of still fighting for their playoff lives. Similar position as Calgary. Obviously, they have a few more points than Calgary, but both these teams aren't really going to make the playoffs, so it should just be a fun battle no matter what. Guys trying to maybe pad some stats. Hopefully Huberdeau is one of those guys, but it should be a good one either way. In terms of goaltending, Dustin Wolf starts tonight in St. Louis, and also per head coach Ryan Huska, Mangiapane is day-to-day and will not be playing tonight, and Shillington is a game-time decision as well. Now, at the current time of recording, I don't know who's going to be replacing them. It's either Dryden Hunt or Walker Dewar will replace Mangiapane, and then it's either Hanley or Okochuk who will be replacing Shillington if he doesn't go. But either way, it should be a fun one tonight. I know a lot of people want the Flames to continue losing, but I really hope it's better hockey than it has been lately. The Flames have been struggling to score, to say the least, and have not been clutch at all. So hopefully they can show tonight that they can still compete, and it's a fun one for us Flames fans. Now let's finish off the video with, of course, the comment of the day. Now, today's comment is a bit of a bold one, and I want to see from you guys what your opinion is on such a bold statement. And it doesn't come from yesterday's video. It actually comes from yesterday's community post about the Flames' uniforms and which one you think is the best current one. But one of the comments on that post was, from Kenneth, and he said, I'm a Flames fan, but I think they have the ugliest uniforms in the league by far. Wow, that is harsh. They should have changed the name when they came from Atlanta. The Wrangler uniform is okay. Get rid of the fire coming from the horse's nose. Wow, that is bold. To say the Flames have the worst collection of uniforms in the league by far, that's the first time I've ever heard that. I'm not necessarily disagreeing with any of, the name stuff. Does Flames fit this city? I think we've embraced it very well with the Sea of Red and everything. And there's way worse uniforms out in the league. Think of the Anaheim Ducks. I mean, that's just horrendous. But I want to know your thoughts. Do the Flames have the worst collection of uniforms in the league? I know I'm biased. I think the Flames might have the best collection of them. I don't know if I personally have a favorite current one, but the first jersey I ever got as a kid was that one hanging up on the wall right there, the original Blasty. And so that one has a place in my heart. I like that a lot more than the current Blasty, but I'm not sure if I have a current favorite one. But either way, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like what you saw here today, and have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy the game tonight. Go Flames, go.